Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Where we last left off, we had met a new character, Mason the Veteran. We had also opened a new chapter for Quinn, the Hobo Kid. And now we are just still wandering. So let's hopefully we'll get some more interesting stories and we'll see what happens.
Clouds roll together to fill the sky.
Find cover or watch the sky churn. Let's find cover.
You shelter beneath a rocky overhang. Above, the clouds turn gray and purple and blue. Lightning arcs between them. The hairs on the back of your arms stand on end.
Watch the sky churn.
The lightning is so strong that it seems to open a path in the haze above you. You are sure you see massive talons curved around the clouds.
Interesting. Okay.
The thunder is so immense that the ground trembles. Your lips and hands tingle from the electric charge that fills the air until the dancing lightning passes on over the hills.
Okay, let's move on. New story, the massive thunderstorm.
The hotel is an old manor house that's seen better days. A grand structure surmounted by a gambrel roof that dwarfs the house itself. It's eerily still, but for two boys at play. Each one so small and light, they barely leave tracks in the deep snow.
I guess let's make our way inside the hotel.
The clerk behind the counter is old, and your room key is worn. But night approaches, and the price is low. Just before you shut the room door, there they are, the twins, staring at you from the corridor.
Like in the Shining? Get some sleep.
In the morning, as you leave, the clerk asks, "Did you sleep well?"
Let's get another. Let's see, we have the devil or we have actually, do we have a story for this? Is that like that's the Three of Staves, isn't it? Do we have a story for the Three of Staves? I know we have one for the devil. Let's lie.
You tell him it was just perfectly fine. You don't mention the small feet trampling outside your door, or the dreams of blood seeping from the bed frame. You don't say that every shadow seemed to contain something vicious and alien, threatening to escape.
Okay.
The snow has turned to a dirty slush that clings to your shoes. On your way to the road, you feel the stare of four tiny eyes somewhere in the shadowed eaves of that crooked house.
Move on. The Silent Twins. Well, that's creepy. I mean, I've had nightmares, but like, that seems on a whole new level. I guess. Hang on really quick. So is that the Staves? Oh, Quinn's Adventures is also the Staves. So is there, what am I missing? The Pentacles, the World, Justice, and the Sun. Okay, so I'll make sure to keep that in mind. There don't seem to be any, I think I might have screwed myself because there don't seem to be any, cars or anywhere, so I guess gotta whistle my way to Burlington. I'm sleepy.
As you walk along the river near an unfinished bridge, a man with a tool belt catches sight of you. "Hey, over there," he calls out. "You look like you could use a quick way to get some hard-earned money." Hard-earned is right. The bridge hangs high over a perilous drop.
So I can either get travel. Oh, either way. Do I need money? Is it safe?
He laughs uproariously. Absolutely not. High above the water, you see raptors with enormous wingspans wheeling through the sky. "We'll have little more protection than them," the man says, "but not much more." His eyes sparkle. He clearly loves this work.
Okay. Yeah, sign me up.
"Great," he exclaims. "Suppose you'll want a safety belt. We Thunderbird people don't need them. We fly when we fall." He chuckles.
Oh, so they don't have safety belts on? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, belt up.
You find yourself up high, looking over the rushing river that crashes around the foundation of the bridge. As you work side by side, the man mentions, "You can see Thunderbirds up here if you know how to look."
What are Thunderbirds?
You ask him to explain. "Practice your peripheral vision, if you dare. Last thing you need up here is for them to see you seeing them and come swooping at you," he says laughingly.
Okay, I'll try it.
You only see the clouds thicken. It sure does pass the time working. The man pays you well when you're done with the job.
Move on. New story, the bridge builders. Well, I don't need money. I apparently need sleep. What is this? Search. Oh. This half-finished house provides good shelter from the wind, and the construction workers are already packing up their tools for the day. One of them sees you sneaking in, but just gives you a wink. Try the basement, he suggests. His advice is good. You find a spot for a long, cool rest. Move on. Okay, so now I'm rested. Okay then, let's get going then.
You come across a girl picking wild blueberries. She smiles and greets you. "On in." She offers you some from her birch bark basket.
That's cool. I love blueberries. Thank you. This is the Empress, I think?
You reach in the basket for blueberries, but pull out a handful of small, smooth stones, all the colors of the rainbow. The snickering girl runs into the trees as fast and light as a rabbit.
Throw stones or drop stones? Like, I don't want to throw the stones at the girl. I guess let's just drop the stones?
The stones tumble from your hand and hit the ground, instantly turning black as the night. Your heart leaps in surprise. How strange.
Okay, move on. The girl with the strange stones. I don't know what that would be. Scary? Okay. So it looks like I now have a problem. Because I do not see any city or story for miles. So I guess I'll just wander and I'm almost back to Maine. It looks like I've traveled in a big circle. Okay, yeah, so I went up through Pennsylvania, back to New York. So I'm gonna try heading south again. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. That's Portland, Maine. New Hampshire. So I want to go this way, and then that's Canada. I still don't know where I'm going. Do I know who's there? That's Mason again. I kind of want to try to gather more stories before meeting Mason just because I wasted so much on him. And the good thing is I'm now close to road and cities. So let me see if I can hitchhike. Okay, well I don't need to hitchhike anymore. Do I get new things every time? I don't, okay. Leave. There's more crow houses. That's Philadelphia. At this point, let's just go ahead and move further down south, I guess. Actually, let me hitchhike because this will take forever. You share this bus stop with an old man who shifts from foot to foot, thumbing his suspenders and watching the passing traffic with anxious focus. Hey, he blurts suddenly, turning towards you. Want to hear a good story? Sure. With the air of a man who's distracting himself from something, he stumbles quickly through the tale about the rising workers' movement in New York, confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding new details out of order. You barely piece the story together. Wait a second. You suddenly realize that he's told you a twisted version of the story about the determined socialist in New York, but massively changed, with whole new chunks you don't remember. It's true, the old man insists, turning his wincing eyes back towards the road. And with that, the conversation seems over. Move on. Interesting. So, who is this? My icon is covering them. I can't see who they are. Is that someone new? This might be someone new. Hang on, let's find out. Camp. Never mind, it's Quinn.
Stranger, it's good to see you again. You know, I'm gonna see this whole world one day, but for now, I just got my sights set on seeing all 48 of the great U.S.
Fair enough.
I've already seen 10 whole states. That's better than my folks ever done, that's for sure.
Well, while I'm here, I might as
Plenty
well.
of townies and even some tramps treat me like I'm kid simple, but I ain't helpless, and I only act it when I ain't got no better choice, like if I get pinched.
Yeah, while I'm here, I guess I'll try to, get
I
him
do
more.
right fine on my own. Don't need nobody but Cass and Flip. I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
So is that, like, thrilling? What do I have? Nope. Venturing? I mean, that might be sad. Pigeon Keeper. Tell a story of the massive thunderstorm in the Northeast. Is that a venturing? Venturing sounds like thrilling, right? There was like, it's hopeful, tragic, scary, sad. No. And funny, thrilling. Okay, yeah, let's do the thunderstorm.
Whoa, quite a story, stranger. In this country, I don't rightly know what this thing called America is. I know what I done been told in school, but the words don't fit the picture. What with tramping across the whole thing, figure I'll find out for myself soon enough.
I mean, America's changed a lot since
Hey,
this
do you
point.
got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
So I'm noticing that the eye didn't open when I told that story. Thrilling. I guess it'd be would it be the bridge builders? Because though working on a bridge can be thrilling. What else do I have? The Rider in the Woods, Leatherman's Cave, Cursed Fortune Teller. Whoa, sorry. Mason's Loss, The Drunken Lineman. That'd be scary, and they. Let's try this one. Leatherman's Cave. That could be thrilling, kind of.
That was a chuckle to be sure, but do you know anything more lively?
Okay, so that is a funny story.
Faith. Well, I ain't the religious type, though I was raised in the Christian way. I reckon I don't see no point to trusting a God what could squash you in an instant. Such a situation don't exactly breed trusting. Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
I guess let's go with... He wants something thrilling. Let's try the bridge builders. That could be exciting, working on a bridge.
Well, that was a lively tale. Freedom? Well, that's what them trains have come to mean to me. Freedom. Crossing a country wider than imagination. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
So something I'm noticing is that the eye is not opening while this is happening, even though I'm telling different stories. I guess he wants a thrilling story. That'd be scary. That's scary. Why isn't his eye opening? Let's go ahead and exit.
Heading out this early? Well, travel safe, friend. I hope we meet again. Where are you going to? Decided yet? Maybe our paths will cross. I'm going up the road this way myself. Hope I'll see something fun. I generally do, you know. There's interesting things to see everywhere if you're keeping your eyes open.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Let me see. Progress. The Hobo Kid, Chapter 2, I Will Get By. Can't select on him. His eye didn't open at all, even though I seemed to be telling the right stories. I don't know what was going on. You wait in the soup line for over an hour. It's barely crawling along. You round the corner of the building and see far away a pair of lone nurses struggling to ladle out soup to hundreds. Gonna be waiting here a while longer, sighs the mother in line beside you. Seems like it. You and her get to talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place, and she starts telling you about the Thunderbird people who fly when they fall from heights. You recognize it as the story about the bridge builders, but way more outrageous than your version. I know that story. You tell her your version. That's not as exciting, she says, diplomatically. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine best. She bounces the child encouragingly on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile. Move on. Okay. The Thunderbird people who fly when they fall from heights. So let's go ahead and hop a train. Sure, let's hop a train to Pittsburgh. Oh, I completely forgot. I forgot that hopping a train means that I could get caught. As you hop off the boxcar, you suddenly feel the heavy hand of a railroad bull on your shoulder. Now, where'd you come from? He asks, in a way that indicates he doesn't care. You don't mess with the Great Northern's cars. The beating that ensues is efficient and brutal. So now I have no health. Let's hear a story. A long black car growls up in front of this hotel. Out steps a woman in an extravagant hat and coat, followed by a whole crowd of hangers-on. Is she a singer? An actress? You don't recognize her face, but to your surprise, you recognize the story she's telling. In a sharp transatlantic accent, she's telling everyone in her party a story about the Leatherman, whose ghost haunts Connecticut. It's clearly the story of the Leatherman's cave, but changed in a few entertaining ways. Keep listening in. Isn't that something? She asks. Her various followers agree. She pays the driver of the limousine and sweeps into the hotel like a thunderstorm of red velvet. Someone should do a picture about it, you hear her exclaim. The Leatherman whose ghosts haunts Connecticut. Let's search.
His clothes are expensive, but unkempt. A tailored jacket stretched and warped out of its best fit by long days on the road. His thinning frame weighs down the boxcar next to yours. You got a light, friend?
A devil, huh? Sure.
You offer a match, which bends and nearly snaps as he scratches it against the pitted iron edge of the boxcar. Thanks, he mumbles, perching one last cigarette on his lip.
So where are you going?
Don't rightly know where I'm going. You notice how deeply wrinkled his clothes are. It's as though a huge hand plucked him from a high society party and crumpled him up like a sheet of paper. Don't rightly know how I got going either.
Why?
They built a railway just past Missy Hudson's estate. Damned racket ruined our soiree. Might have been a few bottles of Armagnac too many when I walked down the tracks to tell them to keep it quiet. He drags on the cigarette, but you never see him exhale.
So he's a rich guy who got drunk and hopped a boxcar? Move on. The last bottle of Armagnac. I'm still like... What happens to me if I can't get my health up? Also, where am I going? I think I want to head... I don't know. Let's either head south into West Virginia or into Ohio. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try to head into Ohio, I guess. Alright, we have reached Cleveland.
The baby buffalo lies tangled by a fence, wire biting into its flesh. Please, it says, I must reach the sanctuary before they find me. The light here has a thin quality, Colors are oddly muted. There's a taste of something old in the air.
Ask who's chasing it.
They were hunters of my kind. I am the last born. Every year it repeats. I must run. They must chase. It is the cycle that lets my people survive. You hear hoofbeats. A ways back down the road, a cloud of dust rises. The buffalo struggles. Please, help me.
Leave the buffalo or free the buffalo? I mean, let's go ahead and free the buffalo.
The wire cuts into your hands, but you untangle the animal. The buffalo charges off as soon as it's free. Come on. You glance behind. A trio of riders emerges at the head of the dust cloud.
Follow the buff. Okay.
You run alongside the buffalo. Not far. It grunts. Just ahead. You see the boundary, a line of rocks that mark the border, but the hoofbeats sound close. The ground dips, and the beast stumbles and falls. They'll be on you any second.
I mean, I don't know what either of these would do. Like, if I carry the buffalo, I'm gonna be slower. I don't know if I can distracting the rider sounds like the better option.
You stand defiant in the path of the riders. They're coming in fast, wreathed in dust, but you hold your nerve. The lead rider veers at the last moment. The other two haul on the reins, sending their horses sliding. You're thrown into the dirt.
I didn't have any health to begin with.
The buffalo crosses the line and turns with a defiant bellow, a primal sound that far outstrips its size. It drags its feet through the dirt, kicking up a cloud of dust. When it settles, the four are nowhere to be seen. You hear the distant clamor of a herd in motion.
Am I dead now? Move on. You have died. Okay, yeah, so these are all the stories I collected. Okay, continue. So what happens if I die? Okay, so yeah, what happens if I die? Continue. The Direwolf, Chapter 2.
Bad luck again, but there's no shame in dying. Everyone does it. You still have a job to do, but if you want to learn anything more from me, now is the time. And I'm sure we'll end up seeing more of each other before you're through.
Can I collect his story as well? Like, what happens if I tell him any of these stories? Tell the story of the women arrested for bootlegging in Maine.
I'm your boss in the sense that you owe me, and so I get to tell you how to pay the debt.
So that was authority.
But I'm not in charge.
He's not in charge. Let me tell one that's been inflated slightly. Tell the story of the brothers who sought one another after 50 years and their spirits still search today. Or is it just going to be family? Like, is he not going to respond to any of these stories?
You met my family. They're yours now, I suppose.
Huh.
Who do you think we were playing with? They're an odd lot, but whose family isn't?
Tell the story of the Thunderbird people who fly when they fall from heights. Which, this is freedom.
You haven't earned your freedom yet. Don't be so impatient, though. Haven't you ever heard that it's about the journey, not the destination?
Let's do the... Other man.
Do you have faith in the dream still? Or for the first time? Is there another dream that we could build? A better one for everyone?
I doubt it. Let's do the tower. Tell the story. Let's see what happens if I tell him a character story. Mason's loss. Focusing on the thrilling parts.
Death isn't as bad as you thought, maybe.
Interesting.
It's not like this for everyone, you know. Go on your way, Seeker. I'm sure we'll meet at least once more. Think about what we've discussed. And good luck on the rest of your task.
Wait, so it sent me back to the last city I was at. And I'm still at low health. Does that mean I'm okay now? Or was that a glitch? Because the icon was still flashing, but was I okay? Did I not have to do that? That would be kind of dumb. But okay. Okay, so the old man at the bus stop again. With the air of a man who's distracting himself from something, he stumbles quickly through the tale about a shootout between the female bootleggers and the cops. Confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding new details out of order, you barely piece the story together. Yeah, I know this story. You suddenly realize he's told you a twisted version of the story about the woman arrested for bootlegging, with new chunks you don't remember. Yeah. Okay, so where am I going right now? I'm heading to Jersey. I mean, this seems like a new area, so let's go ahead and get there. We have a new campfire. Oh, Boston. What is this? Oh, I completely missed where I was. Apparently, I'm not good at reading maps. Oh, that's Mason. Okay, so I'm going back the way I came right now, so I need to get back to New York. This farmer is loitering beside a couple of crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? Absolutely. He starts telling you about the headless Hessian of Sleepy Hollow. It takes a couple of minutes, but suddenly you recognized it as the story about the rider in the woods. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he says. I think I've known it for years, since I was a boy, or for sure. That can't be right. That story happened to me. Bullshit. His laughter rings down the dusty road. You're a good joker, I'll give you that. Hey, can you? No? That's Washington. Well, I've learned my lesson. I guess I'm not taking the train. Where do I want to go then, though? There's no roads going up to Ohio. I see a new camp over there, and it's almost time for me to end the recording, so we'll end with this camp near Richmond. So I'm wondering if, in order to get people further into their chapters, do I need to tell them more wild stories? Actually, before I do this camp, let's gather a couple more stories.
Low tide on a moonless night. This beach is long, stretching toward a receding sea. In the darkness, the sand seems coarse and gray. Alien. The stars are dim and distant.
Look to the horizon.
It outshines the stars with its presence, a streak of sickly colored light, leaving a trail of distorted fire. It slowly creeps along the sky like a vast worm, though you know that, given the distance, it must be moving at great speed.
So we're looking at a UFO, maybe? I already have one for the towers. Let's do the world. Keep looking at the sky.
Its parabola heads south to north. In the far distance, just for a second, a boardwalk town is engulfed in light. With a rumble, its street lamps and windows dim, then go dark. All that you can see emanating from there is an otherworldly color that you can't quite name.
New story, the light from the sky. It's break time at this half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. You listen rapidly to his story about the Thunderbird swooping and darting around the high places. You realize it's the story of the Thunderbird people who fly when they fall from heights, but heavily embellished. The young man on the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices, as if he's told it this way 1,000 times before. What a story! It's nothing close to what actually happened, but this version is pretty good. You have an easy time remembering it. Okay, so we've evolved another story. So let's go ahead and finish out with this. Also, my computer's overheating a little bit. Little Ben.
Sorry, friend, but I gotta ask you not to get no closer unless I can see your hands at all times.
Okay, are you suspicious of me?
Look too clean to be one of us. But you don't look like the company sent you neither.
Are you a runaway worker? Oh, you're a miner. I can see the pickaxe.
All right, come and share my fire spell. Don't linger. These hills is full of ears. Don't think just 'cause you can't see no one that you're safe. And I'll give you cornbread. Don't be so sure of me neither. Anyway, I need something to laugh about. Got any funny ones?
I got a few, I think. Not that one. I guess I'll try to tell the Leatherman one again, because that one's a funny one. Tell the story of Leatherman whose ghost haunts Connecticut. Can I just tell my version?
Oh boy, you watch out now, I'll start chuckling. Trust. Can I trust you? If I asked you how many widows were made when the number 9 fell in, would you know?
Oh, is he talking about a mine that collapsed?
What year it was when they walked Samuels and his boys down to Big Sandy and done them like criminals? You heard the word of Mother Jones? If you can't answer these, I can't say much. I need a laugh. Know any good jokes?
No, not that one. Wouldn't be that one. Would the Pigeon Keeper be one? No, I don't think the Pigeon Keeper would be one. Maybe the story of the girl with the strange stones? Wouldn't be any of those. Wouldn't be any of those. I wonder if I tell him like Quinn's story but focusing on the funny bits. I wonder if those like guarantee it, but it doesn't give as much. Let's try telling the story of Quinn's adventures. See what happens. Focusing on the funny parts, so it does guarantee it.
You are a pretty funny one, you know that?
Oh, okay, so I can... Okay, that worked.
Travel? Well, next time you take a train, take a peek on up at its beating heart. It's black breath. That's just what a mining man looks like inside him. Coal dust, smoke, and fire. Got any funny stories? Must have a couple.
Okay, so now I'll exit because I don't want to say anymore. He wants nothing but funny stories. Interesting. Leave.
Morning. I gotta get going. Headed up that way. Won't be specific, for my safety and yours. If you want to find me, then do it. Talk again about these things.
Okay.
Pole ain't got no country. No worker neither. Worker ain't Virginian, ain't Christian, white, colored, Irish, Polish, nothing.
So he's a coal miner. And I, like, down in the mines, like, it doesn't matter who you are, it's just like you're working and it's dangerous work.
A worker is a worker. We all gotta work. If you're one of them, if you think I sound red, you best come out and say so. Get it over with.
Coal miner. Little Ben Chapter 2 is now available. New story, Little Ben struggle. Okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and cut it off there. It is a very interesting game. I just don't know what to think of it. The people that I meet are interesting. The stories are that's probably the best part. The best part about the game are the stories that you gather. They are wildly varied and very just cool. And the facts that they can evolve, it seems like you can just, like, whenever the day resets, you can just farm these points right here to make a story grow wilder. But yeah, the stories are definitely the best part. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I am enjoying it so far. Like, I don't want to be like, if I'm being honest, it's like not my favorite game in the world, but I am still having a good time, and I hope you guys are too. So thank everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.